Hi, this is Donna from Clever Crafting. Thank you for joining me today. So we are going to make this lovely Starburst card today with the flowers and a butterfly, and we're going to make a matching envelope with the scraps. We will be using a full 6 by 6 inch piece of patterned paper. This is actually double-sided paper, so we'll be using both sides. We're going to start by making our first cut at 14.3 centimeters. Now I'm starting to learn Auslan Sign Language, so I'm going to start using a little bit in my videos, so just for those of you that don't know what those signals are that I'm doing. So the first cut there, as I said, was 13.8 centimeters, I beg your pardon, and the second one is 9.5 centimeters. So this is actually going to be the background for our Starburst. Now with these other pieces, we're going to cut them to make the Starburst. So this fine one here, we are cutting diagonally from one of the corners to the opposite corner on the other end. Now it doesn't matter whether you cut left to right or right to left, because we're going to be using all of the pieces and they will all work. So we'll just slip that out of our trimmer. Now this other piece is about 5.7 centimeters or something, I think, left on this particular piece, and that's by the same height. So we're going to cut this at 5.7 centimeters, which is approximately half. So it's not exactly half, but it's approximately half, and that's fine. And then we're going to cut these diagonally as well to give us all of the little pieces that we are going to need for our design on our card. Now you can see that I'm just using the guillotine here, and I'm lining up one corner with the blade and then the other corner with the blade. You can do that with the guillotines, or you can do that with your rotary cutters or your paper trimmers. They will all work just fine and dandy. All right, now that we've got all of our pieces, the next thing is to decide which way we want to have it. So we could do it with the patterned paper in the background, and then the other side of our paper, which will coordinate beautifully, we can make that the Starburst if we want to. So I always suggest it's a good idea to have a look at it. So weigh up your options. Let's go and have a look at it the other way, which is with the plain paper up and then the pattern paper as a Starburst. And I actually decide to do it this way and end up laying all of my pieces out. Yep, that looks good. The only thing I want to do is I want to ink up all of the edges. So I've just used a darker blue. This is Simon Hurley's Midnight Snack. And I'm inking up all of the edges, and I'll do it for all of them. Before I do that, I just wanted to show you, I've done a couple here, and I've got them side by side with a couple that haven't been done. And you can really see how they lifted off the paper by putting the inking on the outside. So I completed all of that, and I also put ink all around the outside of that piece of paper that's going in our background. So now I am just once again going to position all of our pieces on that background piece of paper and make sure that I'm happy with how it's all laid out. That looks pretty good to me. So once I've done that, then I'm just going to get my Smart Art glue and I'm going to stick them all down into place. Now you could, if you wanted to, prop some of these up or all of them up with a bit of dimension. I've chosen not to do that. I like it that it seems to melt into the back when you put them all together without any dimension at this particular point. It looks like they're all individual pieces. So I really liked that look, so chose not to add any dimension. Well, not any dimension at this point. Sorry, there's my head there. If you'd like to see some beautiful variations of this card, pop on over to our Facebook group, because we did do this as an online class the other day, and the differences are great. I'll put a link down below so you can have a look. All right, so once we've finished sticking all of those on, which I've just stuck the last one on there, we're just going to flip it over and cut off all the edges. Now, all these little scraps, and these are literally scraps, we're going to put aside because we're actually going to use a couple of those pieces for our envelope. So here is our nice background piece. I'm going to position some of these flowers. So these flowers come in the January kit, and I've cut them, colored them, and put them together. I've put seed beads in one, and I have put just some enamel dots in the other two. In my original card, I did have a paint splotch in the background, and I totally forgot to put it on this card. But, you know, that's okay. It works fine. I just positioned a couple of the leaves just to see where I wanted them. And when I glued down the leaves, just like with the flowers, I didn't put glue all over the back of the flowers. I just put it right in the center at the back. And with the leaves, I am going to just pop some glue down on the stem there, and it gives them a little bit of, you know, movement. They're not down solid, and it just adds to the character of the card. So once I've done all of those, I'll stick all of those. I don't know that I'm going to make you watch all of that. I'm going to move over onto my butterfly and pop it on my card as well. Of course, this could be anything. You could have hearts down the center, and you could have, yeah, anything really. You don't have to have a butterfly, you could have a dragonfly or nothing. So this is the greeting, and it just says congratulations. I just trimmed it out and made a little like fence paling end on it. And once again, I've inked around the outside of it. I did forget to re-ink around the edges of the patterned paper where I cut it off. So this is just where I trimmed it, because I did have the ink edges all the way around first, but then I cut them off, obviously. So I want to fix that up on my card. I've put a piece of cardboard on the back of my greeting, so I have decided to add a bit of dimension to my greeting, which just once again picks it up a little bit. I'm going to put it on my card base. So I was just checking there that it was the right way, because I'm going to begin to tell you the number of times I've stuck them on the wrong side, and it still feels kind of a bit naughty putting the patterned side down against the cardstock. We're not going to see it, but still, it looks great. It's pretty. So make sure that that's stuck down firmly, and here we have it. Beautiful. This has come up really nicely. This is such a quick, simple card to make, and it's really effective. So here's the scraps that I was telling you about that you can decorate your envelope however you like. In this particular instance, I decided to cut those little triangular bits that were left over in half to give me some really tiny pieces. Now, I think I did it off camera, but I did re-ink all of those edges, because once again, there's extra edges because I've cut them, and I just glued them flat on the envelope. And that little bit there, I've just left that in to show you that there's hardly any scraps and we can just throw those away. So there's our card. It'll go into the matching envelope. And we've used a whole 6x6 piece of paper. So I hope you enjoyed this today and that you learned something and you give it a go. Don't forget to pop over to our Facebook group. And if you're not already a member, it would be great if you subscribed. Till next time, stay safe and happy crafting.